The movies start with Tom, an average kid who's more interested in his classmate Lucy than his chemistry textbooks. He's finally built up the courage to meet her at a friend's house for a study date, but the moment he arrives, the atmosphere shifts from awkward romance to pure terror. He finds a man unconscious on the floor and a gang of thugs recording a brutal assault. Panicked, Tom tries to run, but a gunshot rings out. As he falls, his phone, which he was holding to his ear, takes the hit. The bullet shatters the device, driving jagged shards of microchips and hardware deep into his brain. 10 days later, Tom wakes up in a hospital bed, but he's not the same boy who went into that house. The doctors tell him the surgery was too risky to remove all the fragments, leaving him with a permanent high-tech souvenir in his cranium. On the ride home, things start getting weird. The taxi's digital meter begins to pulse in his vision, and his head fills with a deafening roar of static. It's not just noise, it's data. Tom realizes he can see the invisible digital web connecting every device in London. He's become a living, breathing human server. But with great power comes a massive dose of trauma. Tom learns that while he was unconscious, Lucy was devastated by the gang that shot him. The guilt gnaws at him, but as he navigates his new reality, his internal OS starts to boot up. He realizes he can read the text messages of people walking past him. He can see through the cameras of every smartphone, and that's when he sees it, a familiar face in a digital message. Eugene, a kid from his own school, was part of the gang that attacked them. Furious and fueled by a newfound sense of justice, Tom doesn't just go to the police. He goes to war. He starts small, using his mind to short-circuit Eugene's phone right in the middle of class. But as his powers grow, so does his ambition. He adopts the digital persona iBoy and begins a systematic campaign to dismantle the local gang hierarchy. He hacks into a school presentation to humiliate one of the thugs, Cash, by playing a private, embarrassing video of him to the entire student body. It's a rush, but it's also a slippery slope. Tom eventually reveals his identity to Lucy, not in person, but through the digital ether. He promises to protect her, sending messages from an unknown number while standing right next to her. Lucy is skeptical, reminding him that one person playing vigilante can't change a whole neighborhood. But Tom is obsessed. He starts intercepting drug deals and emptying the bank accounts of high-level criminals, transferring the money into thin air. He's becoming the digital ghost of London. But he's also becoming colder, more detached. The tension spikes when Tom targets the gang's mid-level boss, a man named Cuts. After humiliating Cuts by hacking his car and stealing his drug stash, Tom thinks he's won, but he's underestimated the brutality of the underworld. The gangs don't just sit back, they retaliate by terrorizing the entire neighborhood, breaking into homes to steal electronics just to find out who iBoy really is. Even Tom's own grandmother becomes a victim of the chaos he inadvertently started. Things take a heartbreaking turn when Tom's best friend Danny reveals his true colors. In a world of poverty and fear, Danny sells Tom out for a handful of cash. The betrayal hits harder than any physical blow. The stakes reach a boiling point when the ultimate boss, a cold-blooded man named Elman, enters the picture. Elman doesn't just want iBoy stopped. He wants to own him. He kidnaps Lucy and uses her as leverage to force Tom to transfer millions into his personal account. Tom is trapped. If he completes the transfer, he funds a criminal empire. If he refuses, the girl he loves dies. But Elman forgot one thing. Tom doesn't need a keyboard to hack the world. In a desperate, high-stakes showdown at a shipping warehouse, Tom pushes his powers to the absolute limit. He doesn't just hack the phones in the room, he overloads their batteries, turning the gang's own devices into miniature bombs that explode in their pockets. The climax is a brutal physical struggle. Drained of energy and bleeding, Tom is cornered by Elman, who beats him with an iron rod. Just as Elman prepares to deliver a fatal blow, Tom taps into a terrifying new ability. He unleashes a massive concentrated sonic scream, a digital physical overload so powerful it literally stops Elman's heart. The threat is gone, but the cost is nearly Tom's life. In the end, Tom survives, but the fragments of the phone remain in his brain, a ticking time bomb and a permanent gift. He's cleared out the immediate rot in his neighborhood and found a way to be with Lucy. But the digital world never sleeps. He's no longer just a boy. He's the silent guardian of the network. But here's the real question. If you had the power to see everyone's secrets and control their lives with a single thought, would you use it to be a hero? Or would the power eventually turn you into the very villain you were trying to stop? Let me know in the comments if you think Tom did the right thing, or if he just became a different kind of monster. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more recaps. Thanks for watching.